friends, today I'm going to try something a little different, a video with a plan. You know, a video that actually says something more than me rambling on about me moving and packing. By the way, did I mention that we're moving and packing? Okay, even though this is new to me, I'm gonna have to jump on the video bandwagon and talk about what just about every other YouTuber is talking about today, and that is the premiere of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So, I love the movie. There are a few parts that seemed kind of cheesy, almost forced. The acting kind of reminded me of the Twilight acting a little bit. But other than that, the actors all did really well, and it was freaking awesome. However, my movie-going experience was nothing like I expected it to be. I'm used to going to shows at big theaters with the stadium-style seating where no matter which seat you're in, it's a good view unless someone's freakishly tall or wearing, you know, like Cat in the Hat hat or something like that. When it comes to a midnight premiere, especially for something for Harry Potter, people start to claim their seats at like 10 o'clock at night. You know, you walk in, that theater has nothing else in it. They're not going to have another movie going on beforehand. So it's empty. They'd let you come in and, you know, buy their popcorn and everything. Okay, I'm just going to tell you the story of our Harry Potter premiere. First off, I went to go buy our tickets a couple weeks ago. Showed up at the mall where the theater's at, little after, you know, 2, 3 o'clock or whatever. And the box office didn't actually open until 4 p.m. What? But there wasn't a website to order them online. So that's what we did. So I got to the theater with Zach around 10:30, and there's this huge line of people sitting along the wall next to the theater. So I took my receipt up to the box office, but there's a sign posted there saying to get your tickets, go to the concession stands, which seemed weird to me since there were 2 people sitting in the box office, but whatever. So I went in to get my ticket. You know, she looks it up. She's like, okay. And, you know, she hits a button like every other place does, and they're printing out my Harry Potter tickets. I'm so excited. And she hands them to me, and I look at them, and I'm just dumbstruck. These are not movie tickets. These are little slips of paper about this big. Okay, I know that's not much bigger than a real movie theater ticket, but they're about this big, and it was like a receipt you would get from, you know, any store, like Walmart. Just this little piece of paper came up, and, you know, she just kind of tore it off and was like, here you go, here's your ticket for Harry Potter. Like, that's not a ticket. But whatever, I still had something that said 12:05, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. It was still my ticket. But I was still wrong. At 11 o'clock, they finally opened the theater to allow people to come in. So we get up there, and he just has, you know, he's just taking the paper. And that's all he does. He takes a paper, and there's no ticket stub, there's nothing. So, you know, I've got no ticket stub, I've got no receipt anymore, you know, I've got nothing to show that I was at the Harry Potter midnight premiere. You know, all I really got from it was the memory of having to sit for 40 minutes on the dirty mall floor waiting for them to allow us into the empty theater. And if you buy your popcorn right away that early, you're just going to be buying like another tub by the time the movie actually starts. And we have limited funds, so we just kind of held off. So we went inside, bypassed the huge line of people standing in concessions, went in, got our seats, and they were actually pretty good seats. And, you know, so we were just kind of talking with each other. I was playing Sudoku, just kind of just hanging out, waiting for the movie to start. And then all of a sudden, the people in front of us start playing this game. I don't even know what it's called, so I'm gonna call it, it's a what? You take an ordinary object, hand it to somebody else, call it something that it's not, to which they say, it's a what? And you repeat it. And then they hand it off to somebody else, and it continues. You know what? I just might even have some footage of this game from last night. Let's find out. It's a duck. It's a what? It's a duck. Okay. It's a duck. What? It's a duck. It's a duck? No, it's not. It's a pack of gum, you idiots. What's wrong with you guys? Obviously not a duck. Okay, so that just keeps continuing on and on forever until, well, I don't even know how this game ends because it was interrupted by this kid running through the theater, screaming something that we couldn't understand, wearing a cape. He was obviously really excited. It was kind of cool. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you expect at a midnight premiere. You know, surprisingly not that many people were dressed up either. It was really weird. Anyway, this person that was running about 2 minutes later was standing up in the back and he was shouting these trivia questions out, such as, how do you revive a petrified person? Then finally the previews start. You know, the entire theater claps because Harry Potter's getting ready to start. The previews are rolling. About 10 minutes before the movie's actually supposed to start, the screen goes black. Nothing. About 5 minutes go by, nothing. I thought maybe they realized they started the previews a little bit too soon. No, that wasn't the case. About 3 minutes before the actual movie was supposed to start, the little green preview screen comes up and it's all this weird like rhombus shape and extremely blurry, and finally at the end of that preview it goes into focus again and it gets back into the right shape, and you can tell that they've been messing with something back there. And then for the next preview, they were messing with the sound. I mean, the sound was fine before. All of a sudden, the next preview started and it was really loud. And then all of a sudden, it was really quiet and you could hardly hear. And then it was really loud again, and then you could hardly hear it again. And people were just like, oh my god, stop playing with the sound. Just, where's Harry Potter? And then the movie started late because I don't even know what they were doing. And thankfully, they had stopped messing with the equipment and they had gotten everything back in focus. And everything was awesome because it was Harry Potter. Okay, so just a little warning, from here on out I will be mentioning some of the things about the new Harry Potter movie. Nothing with extreme detail, but just a few things here and there. So if you're one of those people who don't want to know anything about this new movie, I suggest you stop watching here. But at the same time, I also feel that like 90% of the people who watch the movies have also read the book. So it's not like it's really a surprise about what happens in the movie, it's just more of how what was in the book is portrayed in the movie. But also at the same time, if you didn't read the books, then if you call yourself a diehard Harry Potter fan, shame on you. The movies are a way for us to enjoy our favorite witches and wizards again. Snape. What? Did somebody say Snape? I'll get it over with. I'll just say it. Of all of the characters in the Harry Potter series, Professor Snape is my favorite. Hermione is a close second. Now, I don't know why, but ever since book 1, something about Snape has just latched onto me. And then especially once the movie came out, I was just like, oh my god, Snape, yes. Anyway, I got really excited during the opening scenes when 1. We finally see Hermione's parents, even if it is just the back of their heads and then she erases herself from their lives a moment later. 2. Aside from Harry, Ron, and Hermione, Professor Snape was like the first main character to be shown in the movie. And overall, I think the movie did a good job at representing the book. You know, although I have not read the book since it first came out, so I'm sure there are things that I don't remember. One thing I was glad about is that they cut out a huge chunk of camping. They'd go to a spot and they'd go around placing their protection charms and they'd discuss the Horcruxes and how to destroy them and where they might be, and there wouldn't be anything there and something would happen, so they would move to a new place and it would just start over again. But the movie, I think, did this really well. I mean, they showed a bunch of different scenes to show that they were going different places, but they really didn't make it as repetitive as I remember the book being. Okay, other than that, you know, I think everything else that needed to be in there was in there. All the happy scenes were in there, all the sad scenes were in there. I mean, they even made some scenes funny and, like, okay. Like the scene where they all drank the polyjuice potion. I remember this scene in the book, and I remember trying to picture it, and I just kind of pictured them all like morphing into him. But the way the movie portrayed it, it was just hilarious. Like, I could not laugh. You know, you see some of them like just suddenly shrinking and some of them just growing, and then, but they were all still in their original clothes. Harry's character is there, but he's still wearing a bra, and I mean, it's just hilarious the way it's portrayed. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's hilarious. And then I don't want to say I predicted the end of the movie, because, you know, I've read the book. It's not really a prediction per se. It was more of once I saw the scene start, you know, and I saw that Voldemort broke into Dumbledore's tomb and you see him pick up the wand, I just knew at that moment, okay, this is where the movie is going to end. And it was. He grabbed the wand and he just raised it up into the air and, you know, shot from it because he had the Elder Wand, and the movie was over. And I think it's kind of funny that they did choose to end it there because it makes it seem like it's a cliffhanger. And I mean, I guess that really is the only way to properly end a movie that's not officially over yet. Because for some people, it really is a cliffhanger. But like I said, you know, most of us, we know what happens after that point. I mean, it's not a cliffhanger. We know what happens. We just have to wait for the next movie. So, I mean, it's funny, but it also seems necessary, because if it would have just like ended, we would have all been upset anyway. You know, that's a really lame ending. So I guess there's no way to please everybody. So yeah, that's it. You know, that's my really lame Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows movie review. And, you know, I'm super excited that I saw it at midnight, and I really just want the next one to get here, but at the same time, I don't. Because when that next movie is here, like, Harry Potter is really over. Oh my gosh. You know, and this video is so long, and I'm so sorry. But, okay, so that's it. So, see you next time, okay? Bye!